Prince Harry and Meghan Markle just sat down for an interview with Jane Pauley for CBS Sunday this morning, where they discussed their brand new initiative, a network that supports grieving parents that have lost children to online cyberbullying. Now, on the surface, this sounds like a very valiant effort, a movement to do good in the world. But underneath, as we start to peel back the layers, the message of hope just gets lost in translation of vagueness, and many questions start to arise. In today's video, we're going to break down Harry and Meghan's brand new initiative and details of the CBS Sunday morning interview. You guys, we have a lot of juicy royal daily tea to get through today, so you know what to do. Sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the royal daily tea. Hello and welcome to the Royal Daily Tea. If you're new here, hi, my name is Michelle and we discuss all things royal with a side of facts and humor. I also have another YouTube channel, Royal Daily Tea History and Fashion, where we discuss royals from around the world, fashion, and other interesting topics. So if you'd like to check out my other YouTube channel, be sure to check out the link listed in the description. Now, we just hit 36,000 subscribers and we are well on our way to hitting my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you like today's content and you have not yet subscribed, I hope you will consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. Now let's get into today's video. Now, I want to start off by saying I am in absolutely no way criticizing any of the parents or the program itself. My heart does go out to them, but my question and my concern lay with Harry and Meghan's involvement. And is there an ulterior motive at play? Harry and Meghan and the truth are not usually in the same sentence, but I feel like they are a wolf in sheep's clothing. They are wrapping themselves with their ulterior motives in the grief of parents. They're misguiding what their real motive for this initiative is. So we're going to go ahead and go look at the web page that they have set up through the Archewell Foundation and see what this initiative is actually about. So here is the Archewell Foundation website with their new subdirectory called the Parents Network. So this is the brand new initiative that Harry and Meghan rolled out that basically is featuring parents who have lost a child to online bullying. So it says who we are. Parents in our community share a range of experiences. Many have lost a child and are working together to navigate grief and everything that comes with it. Others have children who have experienced near fatal harm or are actively struggling with present-day issues of cyberbullying, depression, anxiety, sexual exploitation, eating disorders, and a range of other traumas related to social media use. Some are seeking ways to channel pain into purpose. Some are simply trying to survive while ensuring our kids do the same. All of us are seeking a safe, supportive environment where we can talk openly about experiences often kept under lock and key and forge meaningful relationships with others who understand. Now it says, we, the Parents Network, say no more. No more blaming families. No more allowing social media companies to prioritize profit over children's safety. No more watching one youth suffer. The time for change is now, and it begins with us. Use your voice. Join our campaign for our children, for your children, for all children. So again, it sounds like it's a very valiant effort. It basically offers counseling services where people need to go. If you need to find a support group, you can go to local groups. You can join their campaign. They have resources for parents to tackle Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. So again, I do see a lot of value in the program if it offers comfort to a parent who is seeking counseling, who wants to be with other people who have experienced the same grief. A parent who wants to find resources, how they can protect their children online. Again, I have zero problem with any of those things. You'll see resources, parent stories, get support, take action. Again, no problem with any of these. Here's where I start to get a little iffy. You start peeling back the layer and you start seeing some ulterior motives peeking out. So let's go back and reread what we just read and kind of read between the lines. Without safety standards in place, platforms and online spaces are serving inappropriate and dangerous content, leaving the door wide open for abuse, cyberbullying, and the spread of harmful material. Says who? Harry and Meghan, the new internet czars. Y'all remember back in 2020 during the worldwide pandemic and the US election, all we heard was, quote, misinformation, and they would put labels on stuff that wasn't even offensive, but they were immediately saying misinformation. Says who? The government, the owners of certain social media platforms were literally policing what we could and couldn't see based on their own political agendas. Mark Zuckerberg came out and actually admitted and apologized. He silenced an entire group of people because he was for the opposing political party. He silenced millions of Americans with free speech on his platform. Yes, he did. And he actually admitted it was wrong. So when we start letting people policing us and censoring us for our own good, are we really hurting ourselves? I think as adults, we should be able to decide what is appropriate and what is not appropriate. Now, of course, we have common sense over sexual exploitation, illegal, violent. We already know that we can report those on all of the social media platforms. As a matter of fact, every single social media platform already has that in place. They have child guards, safety guards, and places where you can report and take down inappropriate material. Also, all of these search engines have safety search. They have safety parental controls already available, and it's very easy to turn on, and it's free. So what exactly is Harry and Meghan going to do that's already not being done? I don't understand what they're going to add that's going to make it better, right? Are they going to be like the Associated Press who decided to label Catherine, the Princess of Wales photograph, not legit? They said it's been altered. We're going to name it AI. I don't need the Associated Press to put a label on a picture of Catherine and her children. I don't care that it was photoshopped. But again, remember how they tried to safeguard us and put a label on a photograph? No, thank you. I don't need internet czars telling me as an adult what I can and cannot see. I can make up my own mind. But Harry and Meghan, they want to shut down the interwebs. They want to shut down free speech, and they want to show us what they think we need to see for our own good, right? So again, Harry and Meghan are hiding behind grieving parents who are desperate to do anything so another parent doesn't go through what they went through. And again, I do feel bad for them, but Harry and Meghan are wolves in sheep clothing, cloaking themselves in the grief of these parents, pushing initiatives to suppress and censor free speech. Meghan is obsessed with her narrative. That is why she left the royal family, was because King Charles would not shut down the newspapers. He wouldn't go on record and tell them, hey, don't print that story about Meghan. Instead, he told her to get over it. We all do. Just get on with business. She didn't like that. She didn't like that. She couldn't handle it. So she left. And she made Harry go with her because she wanted to police the British media and shut down every single negative story that was about her, even though the royals had millions upon millions of stories and they continued to thrive and work in a normal environment. But Meghan could not handle any criticism. And that's again what she's trying to do, policing the internet. But they're pretending to care about people's children. Now we have to remember that most of the cases for cyberbullying of kids, it comes from people they know. It comes from their peer group. They use social media as an avenue, as a tool, but ultimately it comes from their own friend group. So policing the internet isn't going to stop kids from being bullied. You know, it's another way to help safeguard from cyberbullying is actually being involved in your child's life, knowing who their friends are, seeing if there's any differences in their friend group. Are they fighting with their friends? Are they not being invited to parties? Are they moody? Are they sad? Are they upset? Having access to their cell phone, their computer, their social media accounts, having them do outside activities that don't involve their cell phone or their computer, limiting their time on the computer, putting safeguards on the computer. As a parent, you can be very, very involved in your child's life. Now, is that going to solve everything from ever happening? No, but it's a good start. So I think if a parent is more involved in their own child's life and they're aware of everything that's happening, they can at least help cut a lot of what's happening online. But Harry and Meghan had children who were 5 and 3. They've never lost a child, and they themselves have said they're not on social media. So what exactly are they bringing to the table? Now, Meghan was trying to bring this connection of how she was cyber-bullied being a royal duchess. She was picked on the internet so bad that she wanted to unalive herself while she was pregnant with Prince Archie. Now, I think we all know that that was a mass manipulation of Harry. That wasn't a real unaliving attempt, in my opinion. And I'm sorry to be cold, but I don't believe her. This is a woman who is literally the modern day woman who cried wolf. She's been the victim and the martyr too many times. I don't believe a word that comes out of her mouth. This victim martyr narrative is running tiresome. I'm sick of it. I'm sorry. And I don't believe for one moment that she ever wanted to hurt herself. I believe she wanted to manipulate Harry. And if you go back to the 2021 Oprah Winfrey interview, the night it happened was the night she wore that blue sparkly gown and went to the Circus Soleil. Harry's body language was literally the same that it was during the CBS interview. He was so disengaged. He gave 0 Fs, not the body language of a caring husband. So Meghan supposedly that day had said to him, you know, I don't want to be alive anymore. I'm so upset. I really thought of ending it all, but I decided because of you, because I love you, and I don't want to do this because of you, because you suffered enough. Only because of you, I'm going to not hurt myself. Wow, talk about burdening somebody, huh? So she manipulated Harry into, I'm not going to hurt myself, and I'm pregnant with your child just like your mom. Really messing with his brain. And when he went to the event that night, he looked pissed off, like they were fighting. He did not look like a husband who was worried for his pregnant wife. Now, I'm sorry, but if I had a mate who told me, hey, I might want to hurt myself, I'm going to cancel going to a party or an event, and I'm going to be like on the phone with a counselor to get my husband some help. We're not going to be attending a party, but instead Meghan put on a ball gown and some lipstick, and off they went to the circus. Now here we are during the CBS interview, and Harry was so disengaged. Like he literally wanted to be anywhere but there. He was so disinterested in what she was saying. She puts her hand on his knee. H, remember H, how I saved myself for you? I wanted to hurt myself. I'm a victim. Such online hate. Remember H? And he's like looking away from her, disinterested. Like he was thinking, what did I have for dinner? When is this going to be over? What level was I on in my Xbox game? And she's sitting there, H, remember? He did not look at her. He did not reach for her hand. He did not put his arm around her. His facial expression was like thunder. And this was his loving wife from the greatest love story ever told, the peanut butter and the jelly, the salt and the pepper, reliving her worst moment, and his reaction was vapid. If I'm married and I'm telling my husband those things, he better have some reaction. Again, he's literally reliving the moment when she manipulated him at Cirque du Soleil. He would look pissed off at Cirque du Soleil, and he was pissed off again, like he was reliving the manipulation that this woman has done to him for 4 years. That's my opinion. It didn't match. That's why I know she's lying, because she was smiling weirdly through her Botox. I'm so happy to meet her, John. You can tell I got some Botox in my face. I tried to hurt myself, but I decided, to stay here for Harry. Right, H? Like, literally her mouth, the woman could barely move her mouth. That was some really good Botox. Her actions, the body language, the facial expressions do not match the subject of what they were talking about. It didn't go together. So that's why I know they're not telling the truth, in my opinion. So she tried to act like, I'm going to take it for the team. If we can help just one person, I don't mind taking a hit for that. Again, the online bullying that Meghan is talking about has absolutely nothing to do with the grieving parents and the initiative. They're two separate things, but I guess they're trying to push some kind of connection so the parents can understand, why are Harry and Meghan doing this again? Because they're trying to pretend they have something in common with you. They're trying to pretend they care about you and your kids, because they're ultimately pushing their own agenda, which is policing and censoring free speech and the internet. That is, in a nutshell, my opinion, what this whole thing is about. It's a farce. But what do y'all think? Do you think Harry and Meghan are using these poor grieving parents to push an ulterior motive through this family initiative, the Parents Network? Leave me your comments, guys, down below. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope to see y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.